Alrighty, so I wanted to actually test out Shuna with Tyr last week, but I guess I just got too busy and then completely forgot about her because honestly, who uses Shuna? But anyways, she's pretty interesting as a character because if you do not know how she works, she decreases unknown allies' damage dealt by 20%, which I think is pretty good. It even works in the sub slot, but we're not going to use her there. But her holy relic is when the hero uses a recovery skill, remove one debuff from the allies, then applies an effect which increases pierce rate by 20%. So Tyr has a pierce rate attack card, or a pierce single target, and Ghislaine also has a pierce single target. So they're both pretty tanky characters. She's going to make them even tankier, hopefully. We're going to get increased stats in the back, and the buffs will help make us tank even more. So the idea, I guess, is we can cleanse off some debuffs, increase our pierce rate, be really hard to kill, and deal a lot of damage in return. So, not 100% sure how this is going to go. I do think Shuna's kind of cool in a couple of ways. Like, she's one of the only characters in the past like 2-3 years that is like actually like usable in PvP, and she actually has a recovery skill. Like, I don't know why, but recovery skills have basically just been thrown out the window. So kind of want to see how it works out. I don't know if it's going to actually be good or not, but hey, I mean, we have two pierce single target characters, we have two tanky characters, you know. Everything seems on paper like it could work out pretty well. So, if you're new to the channel or anything like that, feel free to subscribe, stick around, hang out with us. But either way, he does go first. He's not got the craziest CC. I could definitely see this being a bot with 340k, especially with a team like this. The Elizabeth is a little interesting to me. This doesn't remove buffs, it just removes stances, so I'm not 100% sure on how well... Well, he didn't even put up the shield, so I guess that works for me, actually. I kind of want to... I can't really... I don't want to rank him up. Let's use the AoE card to get through the shield, hopefully, because it's going to nullify the skill effect, actually. I don't know if it's going to get through it or not, but we can do that, and then... let's do this. I kind of killed myself a little bit. I should have buffed beforehand, or used the heal card beforehand. Yeah, we didn't get through it. I should have used that, so that way we got a little bit more pierce rate. Hopefully we could have got through a little bit easier there, but I don't want to attack into melee too crazy while he still has revive. But we still have stance cancels. Hopefully he doesn't put up a crazy shield this turn, because I'm fairly confident that we can get through the revive. Well, I don't know. In 2 cards, it's probably going to be a tough sell, actually, now that I think about it. And he's got his ultimate. Let's remove the stance. We're going to try to kill off... I don't know if the AoE is going to kill him off, to be honest with you. And I didn't get a stun either. We're going to hope that that kills. And then... Ooh, that's actually doing really good damage, though. How is this going to work? Oh, it didn't pop the res. No. Okay. Almost... right at 300k is not bad whatsoever. We do pop the res, which actually got rid of his attack-related stats increases, but it's not really going to matter because, unfortunately, his ultimate is absolutely wacky mode. Okay, not as bad as I was expecting. And he stuns. Okay, Shuna. I don't know. I might be able to do something here, but I kind of doubt it. Ooh, okay, I actually got my ultimate. I think we remove the stance and then ultimate, because the stance is... I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure about her stance card, because some people were telling me that she only gets damage reduction once she reaches the damage threshold of like 500,000 damage or whatever. But I always thought that it was just she got the damage reduction whenever she puts on the stance, because I'm pretty sure one of those yellow buffs from the stance is the damage reduction, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that. I thought she just gained a whole bunch of damage and everything like that. But I don't know. You'll have to kind of let me know on that one, because I thought it was one way. I see some people saying it the other way, but then I don't really know. So either way, I'm really surprised that we were able to win that. I did not even plan to play into the ultimate there, but we just luckily merged into it. That's the way I think ultimates should be. Is it shouldn't be like something that you just push towards to like insta win the game or anything like that. But if it falls in your lap, obviously, you know, why wouldn't you use it? So I don't know. Either way, let's move on. Alrighty, we got another Lost Vein team. He's actually running Bon on this one, which could be okay. We have the setup to potentially go for the stun here, which could be kind of interesting. Luckily, he doesn't actually end up putting the infect on us, and he has to attack into Ghislaine with Lost Vein. So, I think we try to get rid of Lost Vein here. We can cleanse off, and then maybe just go for a double Pierce card. I'm interested to see how much we can do here. So we get the Pierce increase. These are all crits. Only about half HP is not... Yeah, okay. Not great. I'll be honest. That was not really what I was hoping to see. Luckily, if you rank up Melly's cards and stuff like that, he normally is like, the bot will like feel forced to use like gold cards most of the time. He only used one of them, but I guess that works out for me because I can try to should I actually use this? I guess I could. I don't have any single targets that I can... I mean, I could go for, like, this, and then stun the melee, so that way he can't use his gold cards, I guess. Why not? Because if I can draw either another Ghislaine card or another Shuna card, I can potentially just stun the Deanne back out of her stance here. Not my favorite play. The AoE didn't do as much as I was kind of hoping it would, but... we don't get a stance cancel either, which I'm assuming that's a stance. Yeah, that's going to be a bit troublesome. We could go for the level 2 weak point skill, potentially. I don't know what the best scenario here is. Getting some damage out on the Ghislaine, which I'm not super happy about. If I kill, then he's going to get the ultimate... Yikes. Okay, let's go for the Pierce play, I guess, because we have the single targets and everything. We have a level 2 Pierce card for Tyr ready. Okay, 112 is not great. Boom, boom. We're not critting at all right now. No crits whatsoever is not what you want to see. We do pull ultimates, which is fine. What does her ultimate do? Actually, it just removes ultimate move gauge, which I guess is fine. Okay, killing off the Ghislaine's not really that bad. This actually is going to remove the ultimate from Shuna, which really isn't that bad because Tyr's ultimate is kind of the one we want to see here. He did crit a little bit there. I guess we just push into the cleanse for the pierce rate increase, just so it does a little bit of extra damage, and then what is okay, it just increases our attack related stats, so I guess we just go for this into an AoE card just in case. But his ultimate does really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they live, but we'll see. Okay, they live a lot. That did not do what I was hoping it would do. I don't know what it is. Like, with this setup, like, it was doing okay in the last one. Obviously, he didn't have Bon. And I assume those attack-related stats that he's lowering on us is definitely helping him a lot here. And I'm assuming he has Zeldris in the back, so it's increasing his stats. He definitely was a lot tankier than the last team. So, okay. Maybe not great against the Lost Vein. Like, I really feel like if you're running Tyr, and you go up against Lost Vein, you kind of have to have Scotty to do well, but... Okay, we'll see. We'll continue to see how it goes. Okay, so we have a King, which is very interesting. I almost never see King. I could potentially try to go for, like, the turn 1 kill on King, I guess. I kind of want to try to get rid of Bon, though, because I'm not, like, terribly worried about the King shield, to be honest. So let's go for the increase, and then we'll try to go for double single target on Bon and see how that goes. Obviously, the 20% Pierce increase doesn't seem to be helping us too much. In a regular scenario, like, even though I kill here, in a normal scenario, that guy probably would be running CC food. He out-CCs me. He's able to set up beforehand. I don't get to use that turn hand one, or like that hand turn one. So, not necessarily the greatest, like that's not like the realest scenario for this, to be honest. Merge into a level 3. Okay. Kind of crazy. I mean, I evade it, so it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. Luckily, we can get rid of that stance pretty easily here. I'm pretty confident that we can get rid of the King, because King is pretty squishy. Like, he used to be an absolute menace. Like, when he very first came out, he could, like, team wipe entire teams, which was kind of crazy to think about, but the meta has power crept that man into submission, so it's not really that big of a deal. We have more stance cancels, we have stuns, we basically have everything we need to get rid of this match, so obviously this one's not really a good example, I guess, of the team. Like, I mean, it can deal pretty good damage and everything, especially, I guess, if you go first. This might be a team where you'd want to run CC food over the others, but at the same time, like, realistically, are you really going to be running CC food while using Tyr? Like, I mean, you definitely can, I guess, but I think one of the biggest, like, appeals to Tyr, at least for me, is that you can go second and still win, which I think is really, really cool. I prefer to go second with Tyr just to try to, like, I don't know, like, going second and winning, like, feels so much better to me than just CC fooding, taking out an enemy turn 1, and then, you know, doing the normal sort of DPS kind of thing, which, I mean, you know, if that's what you're into, by all means, do what you like, but I don't know, it just, it feels a lot better to me to go for the comeback instead, but I don't know, personal preference. Let's move on. Alrighty, we have a demon team here, which is pretty interesting. If he puts on the stance, we can get rid of the stance, which is nice. I think the single target Pierce cards could do pretty good. It's a little unfortunate. I think one of the biggest things that's that I'm seeing a problem with is maybe I need to swap the Tarmio link over to Ghislaine instead. Because, I mean, yeah, like, I need him to do some damage to Tyr and everything. But the fact that she's putting up the sort of, like, you have to attack this unit thing, whatever that is, the mark, it's kind of screwing me a little bit because it's making it to where Tyr isn't really the target, and then she takes on a lot of damage from their, you know, damage dealer kind of thing, which is not great. Let's try to get rid of Esterosa here if possible. So, get rid of the stance, which is nice. I really like being able to take stances off. That's honestly just one of the biggest things I love about Ghislaine. Not quite enough damage there. That's unfortunate, which, I mean, maybe if he didn't have a stance on and we were able to put the Pierce rate stack on beforehand, it might have been better, but I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it yet. She literally sounds so good on paper. Like, she sounds like she would be perfect for this. But it just isn't. It's obviously not working out as well as I was hoping it would. So, I guess it is what it is. Like, I mean, I don't think Shuna has ever really had the greatest use case ever since she came out. She's always been kind of like a meh sort of unit. So, it's very unfortunate to see that happen. I really like the fact that she has, like, an actual heal card. I think that's really cool. Not a whole lot of people get heal cards nowadays, but in this meta, I mean, you can kill somebody so easily that, I mean, you basically have to, like, this would need to basically full heal me, I think, for it to actually be usable. Like, actually be good. But, I guess it is what it is, you know? You can't really do anything about it, so... Oh well, I mean, maybe they can work on it a little bit and come up with a better heal card for the meta in the future, hopefully. Let's go ahead and I don't really even need to use the card here. I guess, I mean, let's go ahead and use it, I guess. even though I'm not using the Pierce card, but let's see how much this is going to do. Because I'm going to double attack into the Chandler, which means I'm going to disable myself. But I wipe out the rest of the team, so I think it was worth it. So, honestly, not bad. Actually, it ended up working out kind of well. I mean, obviously I am disabled, but is what it is. I can even stun him, which means... okay, I mean, there's not really any point in that. You do get your... Oh, he doesn't get his ultimate because he attacked in Ananashi, so I can literally just stun him right here and get some damage off, and then we're pretty much good to go. Let's go ahead and go to the next match. Yeah. Well, I meant to move the Tarmiel link, but I completely forgot about it in between the matches, so we'll see how this goes. I honestly think this team is probably the biggest issue we have, because we don't have enough damage to be able to kill Lostvein turn 1. Or, well, this is actually Purgatory Melee, so that's kind of interesting, I guess. I think this team is way worse with... Or, maybe not way worse, but Purgatory Melee does not impress me whenever you don't have him on the Demon team. I know that I've probably said that in the past, but I don't know, not super impressive. Let's try to get a little bit of damage out on... Do we go for the melee here? We give him True Magic either way. Yeah, let's hit melee, I guess, and then we could potentially use the AoE next turn to finish him off, because it is a level 2. 58k, not terribly impressive. Yeah, I mean... I don't know, I think Shuna, like, even though she's making the team a little bit tankier, I think with a team like this, you don't necessarily want heft. Like, you don't want to be any tankier, because, I mean, the team itself is pretty tanky. You really just need to be able to deal enough damage, or have enough utility. Well, I don't know, she's kind of utility. I don't think utility is what you need, because, I mean, you can put Scotty on the team and never really even use her, but the fact that... you know, she's stacking debuffs, she's giving you stats, that's what ends up making you deal more damage to kind of make up for the fact. Whereas it just, I don't know, it's just not working as well as you want it to, I guess. So let's, we have the level 3 here. I really want to see how well it works out, because he doesn't have a stance on or anything. We put the extra Pierce Rate stack on. He doesn't have me lowered with Mark. Let's go for the level 3. Wow, okay. Gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed in that. I mean, we get our ultimates, which is cool. He doesn't have True Magic. He could potentially, if he has the right setup, I mean, 1, he could remove our ultimate if he just moves cards. 2, if he has the double setup, or double card with Bon, more than likely he'll be able to kill. So I'm not sure. Okay, he doesn't have Mark, I guess. He did get a crit off there. We do heal some of it back. Yeah, okay. He just didn't have the right cards in hand, unfortunately for him, so it is what it is. Final thoughts. I'm not impressed. I don't think anybody was really expecting it to be good. I don't think anybody has like a whole lot of faith in Shuna, to be honest. I think she's a really cool unit, but unfortunately, she just kind of falls flat. She doesn't have really what you need. You could maybe come up with a better team case, or like team scenario for her, maybe, but I figured that this one was going to be like kind of where you'd want it to be. You have, you know, double Pierce cards to, like, you know, benefit from the Pierce buff. You can remove a debuff, which honestly, the removing of the debuff did help a lot in, you know, in a lot of scenarios, because whenever you go against Lostvein teams, if they mark you with Bon, they're, you know, you're not going to deal nearly as much with your tier. So getting rid of that was really nice. I don't know, at the end of the day, it just isn't really what you want. Like, it's not, you need good enough support and enough stat increase overall, not really damage reduction or, you know, buff removal necessarily. I mean, the buff removal's nice. I'm not going to complain about that. But it's just, it's not it, you know? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.